Hey, thank you for coming here. Thank you for watching the video. My name is Squire Aiden. This is Squire Difna and Squire Nor. And today I'm going to go over intro to fighting, picking out your weapon class, your styles, all of that good stuff. Now, before we get into anything, the number one rule of this game is you want to be safe, because you want to play it for a long time. So to start that off, one of the most common pieces of safety equipment in this game are gloves. These can be hockey, lacrosse gloves. It doesn't really matter as long as they've got thick padding and they're not made of metal. If they're made of metal, you can't use it because you might punch somebody in the mouth, and that would really suck. My wonderful assistants here have their own pair of gloves. And as you can see, they're pretty customizable, so you can display a little bit of your own personality while being safe. The next thing that I would like to go over, safety-wise, is knee pads. Doesn't matter what brand, how good they are, as long as they protect your knees, because we'll be doing this a lot in this game. And if you don't have knee pads, it will suck a lot. The last safety equipment is for my mask audience members. Get a cup. You're gonna get hit there anyways. Might as well not have it ruin your day. So, start off our intro to picking your weapon style. We're gonna start with what started it all. The single blue. Now the single blue is where most of your fighting fundamentals is going to come from. It's where you're going to learn a lot of your footwork and a lot of your striking. Field fighting with a single blue isn't super fun. I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't really have much going for you other than a short stick. But here's where it gets cool. As you can see, my wonderful assistants, they have a free hand. Now in this free hand, we can put a multitude of different things. We're going to start off with shields, also known as boards. We're going to start from the smallest that I have here. This is going to be a small round punch and I guess a medium round strap. Would you two mind? Now with this, you've got a good amount of protection. You don't really have to do much to keep yourself safe from ne'er-do-wells or vagabonds or even miscreants. All you have to do is stay still. Now with this is a punch. The punch shield means you have a greater range of motion with your arm. So, Squire Nor was fighting me. Squire Nor would be able to react to wherever I put my hand or my sword with the shield. These two share a lot in common when you're fighting someone. So I'll go ahead and pick up my stick. When you're fighting somebody with a sword and board, you're going to throw a bunch of the same shots over and over again. I'm going to go over some of those basic shots for you here. We're going to start off with chops. It's just as simple as it sounds. You're just going to chop straight down or straight across. If you want to really throw it up, like mix it up, chop from the other side. It always gets it. The next move is a wrap. A wrap is when you want to go around a board or another piece of equipment. Like that. You can throw wraps from just about any angle that you can throw a chop from. You just have to be careful. You'll hurt your wrist and you'll hurt your elbow if you do it incorrectly. The biggest thing is you want to have a stopping point, even if nothing's there. If I want to throw a wrap, I don't want to let it follow through. I want to have a good stopping point. But this isn't how to throw sword and board shots. This is figuring out your class. So if you like to be a little bit more defensive, but also have your mobility intact, go for a large strap shield. But if you want to be really mobile, really like Roman gladiator-y, choose small punch. You get to move around, and here's the coolest thing about shields. They don't do damage, but you can attack with them. If I pick up my punch shield, and I think, wow, Squire Difna is way too close to me, and I don't like this. Watch this. Boom! I can push Squire Difna back with my shield. Also, you don't want to make head contact with your shield. That's illegal. Doing this with a punch, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is just extend your arm like that. Now, if you have a strap, it's even easier. You can use this one. All you have to do is punch out like that. It's pretty simple. If you have a big strap, you have a lot more weight going into that. Yep. Oh God, that hurt a lot. There are a bunch of different types of boards in this game. You'll mainly use the same type of shots with every type of board. But it is good to note that with every time you change your board, you will be changing how you fight just a little bit. There is no correct answer on what shield you should use. Use what shield makes you feel cool, or what shield you like to use. Because at the end of the day, this is a game and we're trying to have fun and look cool. Moving on. If you two would mind dropping your shields. We're going to move on to the next thing you can put in your offhand. Another blue. This is called flow fighting, or Florentine for longer. Yeah, you've got two sticks, swing twice as fast, twice as much. That's it. You really want to be mobile with this, and you want to try and pick people out if you can. At least on a bigger field. Now, we're going to move away from these short sticks, because bigger's better, obviously. Next up, we have reds. You will. No, just one. You can drop those. Alright, this in my hand is not a red. This is just a really long blue. What they have is a red. It's longer and it's heavier. It has to be by our rules.
What's the height difference?
This is 47 inches, I believe. That one is 55 and that one is 49, 50, something like that. It's a short red. The main thing is you want to use it in two hands. This is the first of our two-handed weapons that we'll be going over today. Now, when you're using a red on the field, you are a force multiplier, which means you're scarier the more people you're around. So if I have a boardman and I have a red and I'm behind them fighting with them, I make that boardman a lot more powerful. If I'm on my own and I have a red, I've got to move fast. I've got to treat it like I'm flow fighting. So I don't have a lot of defenses. All I have is a long stick. This is really good for if you're really good with cardio and you like running and you like losing a lot. Because that's how you learn with this. There is no easy way to get kills with a red. Moving on to our next items, we have poles. We'll check this out. Now, what Squire Nor has, it's called a glaive. Glaives are special. They're like long reds. That's it. They can stab and they can slash with that padding. These, if you'll notice, don't have any striking surface except for the tip, which means I can't swing this at people. That's illegal. Don't do that. You'll kill somebody. Spears are a little difficult for me to talk much about because these require you to be fit, and I'm not. You've got to do a lot of running, a lot of lunging, and a lot of squatting if you want to be successful with this, and you've got to keep your cardio up. The best thing I can tell you is to keep your hands down like this and grab a back shield, or a shield of some kind to put on. That's going to be it for melee weapons.
What's that other melee weapon in front of you?
This is a flail. It's a blue, but it swings. None of this does any damage. This is the only thing that does damage. If you're fighting with the flail, my best tip is aim to hit the edge of a shield with this part right here. You don't want to hit a body with this. You just want to hit the edge of a shield. As for ranged weaponry, in our game we allow bows and crossbows. this is actually where I'm going to end the class here, because I don't want to talk about ranged weapons.
Sure.
Cool, that's it. Thank you for coming.